Good morning and welcome to the new edition of The Frontiers of Knowledge. Knowledge is expanding every day. And sometimes there are breakthroughs that are absolutely startling and amazing. The biggest complaint against the solar energy has been the cost of the photovoltaic cells. But can you imagine that the scientists have developed a new photovoltaic cell, a new solar cell as you call it, by printing with the help of an ordinary inkjet printer. Nobody can deny that the solar cells and the solar power source a number of homes and the buildings and the office buildings. But they cannot be used for the smaller devices. Your watches, clothing, they can benefit more from kinetic energy that we have seen in the carbon nanotubes in yarn. When they are stretched, these carbon nanotubes, they interact with the body and produce energy. And now the scientists have used cyanobacteria and the same capability to make micro solar panels. So it's not mini solar panels, it's micro solar panels. The energy potential of cyanobacteria has been known for a number of years. What these bacteria do is that they create their own food through photosynthesis, which is able to absorb solar power and hold electric charge. It may not be significant enough to charge today, as it's a beginning, your smartphones, but Imperial College London, University of Cambridge, and Central St. Martin's, they have created a small battery and a biopolar panel. And that panel is filled with cyanobacteria. And this cyanobacteria enables to charge a battery. And then it can be printed on a piece of paper. The whole thing can be done on a piece of paper using an inkjet printer. And do you know how this works? Simple. Inside the chamber that the cyanobacteria are printed on, two electrodes are there, separated just like a battery, and a membrane allows only protons to move through. When oxygen is created on the anode side, it's released from the cathode section. Protons then move from cathode, which generates electricity. By using an inkjet printer, scientists have been able to cut back on extremely expensive process manufacturing cost. As I said, the solar cells' major issue has been the cost. But now with your own inkjet printer at home, if you purchase cyanobacteria, put them in a paper, coat them on a paper, that bacteria can be coated on a paper, put it in your inkjet printer and print it. And that is your battery. It's a unique form of solar panel. It can generate power without sunlight. And there's any feasible way. I agree that it cannot replace the solar panels for the large purposes. But for the micro purposes, it's perfect. And these bio-solar panels, I call them bio, because of the bacteria content. They are provide an excellent temporary power solution in the future, provided these biopanels can be upscaled. It's anticipated that they can create these micro panels to the size of standard 8 by 5 into 11. Dr. Martin Sava gives an example of what they can do with it. She says that the range of applications, such as acting as a sensor in the environment. Imagine a paper-based disposable environment sensor disguised as a wallpaper, and it monitors the air quality in your homes. When it has done its job, you throw it off. This is an absolutely breathtaking breakthrough. And now, it's hateful to take medication. Nobody likes it. Injections, again, painful, especially for the children. Intravenous injections, you cannot find the vein at times, and many pokes of the needle are there. And now, the researchers at the MIT have developed a hair-thin device. This hair-thin device can be implanted into the brain, and then the waves are sent to that implant, and the waves modulate according to the different medicine, and this distributes medicine via remote control. Now, this mode is especially very useful for patients suffering from diseases like Parkinson's, depression, Alzheimer, attention deficiency in the children. What happens is, these MIT engineers, they have made this implant which bypass blood-brain barrier, because that barrier blocks the medicine from reaching the intended destination. And this removal of the barrier also has a potential to stop undesirable side effects. Now, what they aim is to connect the implant electronically to a medication pump that will sit beneath the patient's skin, and that would be able to hold more than one medicine. So you might be able to give 3, 4, 5 medicines at the same time, and they can be refilled with a simple injection. So you inject that medication in that pump, different medication, and at different times you can schedule it to be administered to the patient. These two were quite interesting, but then you're all on Facebook hearing me. We used to have measures of time earlier. There used to be year, there used to be month. There is a day, there is a night. There is an hour, and there is a minute, and there is a second. And according to the old thought, second, then millisecond is like that. And now Facebook itself has invented a new unit of time. Don't be shocked. It's not a research organization, but they are definitely visionary. Now, this new unit of time is 1/7 millionth of a second. 1/7 million. Imagine. And this unit would measure time, divide more easily than the standard units like seconds. This unit has been especially developed for the films and virtual reality. When creating visual effects of the films, television, and other media, it's common to run simulations which subdivide a single frame into fixed integer numbers of subdivision. And that's why we have a single frame duration for 24 hertz, 25 hertz, 48 hertz, 30 hertz, and so on and so forth. The idea of the flick, this time unit, is called flick, is to divide frameworks when working with the visual media. So if the 24 frames per second are to be displayed, and each frame is 0.04 million seconds long. Imagine it. So you can now with a new unit add it and overlay your clips in seconds. A single frame at 24 fp equates 2900,000 flicks. This unit was incidentally created by a Facebook employee, and the company now hopes to popularize it, especially in the film industry, Hollywood, Bollywood, Lollywood, in the television industry, and professionals. Some professionals at Warner Brothers have said that this is going to revolutionize the film industry. And here is a social media company coming up with a research which is absolutely out of the scope of the original work of the company. Now that shows that the creativity of the people is not confined to the work they do. And then, our biggest problem is being happy. Right? Or wrong is for you to decide. But I think that's our biggest issue. And keeping children happy, especially babies happy, is a task of every caregiver, mother, sibling, brother, sister, father, whosoever looks after. Until a baby coos and gurgles happily, you cannot be happy because the baby is unhappy. So you sing songs, lullabies. And now the scientists have developed a song. They call it a happy song. This is for the first time that a song has been developed not based on lyrics, not based on music, but based on sounds. The video they have developed is about this song, and they say it took them 8 months. This song was commissioned by a baby and milk food brand, Cow and Gate. And then, they asked all the parents, more than 10,000 parents, what are the sounds that make the people, especially the babies, happy? The Grammy Award winner singer, Imogen Heap, composed 4 tracks exploring different tempos, different patterns, different pitches, different rhythms, and different musical devices. And the inputs are given by psychologists, music psychologists, and child psychologists, Casper Eddiman, Lawrence Stewart. And then they discovered that the song need not have a rhythm, need not have proper words, it should have proper sounds. Beep, beep, coo. The child responds more to the tune and to the sound. So 50 babies from the age of 6 months to 2-year-old, for 8 months they were made to listen to it, and then the final composition emerged. And can you believe this has got sounds like boo, the sound of a sneeze, a kissing sound, the animal sounds. So the whole song is composed of sounds in a certain rhythm, at a certain tempo. The tempo goes on increasing, and the song, when it is played, makes even the most crying baby break into smile and giggles. This is something which is absolutely worth its weight in gold. It is going to be a miracle matter or a song, and I'm sure when they commercialize it, it's going to sell like anything, because every parent will like to buy it and keep it in home. and especially the young mothers, for whom making a child happy is a chore. They'll buy it and play it again and again and again. And then, you will only listen to the giggles and the happy sounds of the child rather than the crying and mewling and puking, as Shakespeare would call it. So these four major breakthroughs are likely to be very effective. One in the printable solar energy panels, the happy song, the new measure of time, and feeding medicine directly via your brain to the body without any side effects. I bow my head to the creators who come to the aid and assistance of the people. Thank you.